Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Paula Show. We are here to learn from each other. If you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing. If you're watching this video from a different platform, make sure to visit my YouTube channel, you subscribe, you share, so that all of us, we can be able to learn from each other. So today I want to share a few tips, something to do with financial success. Something that I learned. It's really helping my life. It's really helping me to get on the right path. So I want to share with you 10 rules for financial success in life. Yes, everything in life is all about rules. You either play with the rules or you lose the game. So here are the 10 financial rules for everyone who wants to be successful. I know everyone wants to be financially free. That is the goal for all of us. We want to afford anything. We want to be in a position to make money even if you're not working. You want to be able to live a good life, provide for those people that you care most, have some good time, make sure you're spending enough time with them. So for that to happen, you must play with some rules. And the first one is having a budget. Yeah, I know that might sound like a cliche. We have heard that so many times, having a budget, planning, and most of us, we don't follow that. If you ask around how many people budget every single month, you'll be surprised. Very few people work with a budget, and a budget is very important. So a budget is a plan on how you're going to spend your money every single month, because I know most people, they normally get paid on a monthly basis. So it's very important you have a budget. How are you going to plan your money? What do you need? So a budget is going to help you to buy what you need, not what you want. And this is going to help you to avoid what we normally call impulse buying. You go somewhere, you see something, you like it, and then by the time you're getting home, you realize, I didn't have to buy this one. And that is money lost. So the first rule, if you want to be successful in life, have a budget. Know how much you need every single month. So that is going to help you to plan. Is going to help you to know, in case of anything, how much do I need? How much do I need to set aside for the next 1 or 2 months? Because someone told me that every time you need to have 3 months of expenditure as emergency savings. So if you don't have a budget, it will be very hard for you to know how much you need to set aside. That is very important. Have a budget. If you want to know how much you budget, just write down everything you buy for the next 1 month. Everything you buy, whether it's transport, you go and buy some snacks, whatever you're going to buy for that entire month, keep it on record, and then you're going to see how much you spend on average. And of course, you're going to come up with a budget depending on what you need, not what you want. The second rule, buy assets. Very important. We understand that when you have an asset, this is something that is making you money. You don't have to be directly involved, but so long as you have that kind of investment, it means you have a chance to be making money every single day. Now, I also understand that we have different types of assets. This is business, and I'm lucky to have done a course in business management. I understand we have the current asset, and we also have the non-current, the fixed asset. When you're investing in asset, it's very important you consider what kind of asset you want to invest in. The current asset, these are assets that you can be able to liquidate in case you need money urgently. How soon can you get that money from the asset? And this kind of current asset, maybe shares, you have bonds, you have maybe fixed savings. Yeah, these are some of the current assets, something that you can be able to liquidate within a few days, a few months, or maybe less than 6 months. You also have the fixed assets. These are the kind of lands, buildings, something that will take you some time before you liquidate these. So make sure you have both. because you never know what happens. You might need some money urgently, and that's why you need to have both non-current and asset. But the most important thing, invest in assets. This is what is going to be making you money. This is what is going to help you long term. This is what is going to help you to plan for the future, 20 years from now, 10 years from now. Yeah, the other thing is that you need to pay off the debts. Yeah, I know sometimes we don't like that. We don't want to be told to pay off the debts. And this is something that I've learned, something very important. Of course, we have the good debts and you have the bad debts. If you're borrowing money, let's say, for example, you buy a car and you go for funding to buy that car. But that car is not for luxury. That car is for business. It's going to help you to reach more customers. It's going to help you to make your work smooth. That is not a bad debt. That is something that you need because it's making you money, of course. But now these are some other bad debts that you borrow to have fun. You borrow to buy a TV. You borrow to buy a nice bed. Those are some of the bad debts. So what you need to do, you need to pay off the debts as soon as possible. And when you're paying the debts, you need to start with the most expensive ones. What I mean by the most expensive, this is the debts that is incurring more interest. For example, you might be having Fuliza loan. You might be having Mshwari. You might be having the Hustler Fund loan. All of them, they're loans, but you find maybe Fuliza, they are charging daily interest. That is very expensive. And you find maybe the other loan, you need to pay it after 30 days also. So when you're starting to pay off the debts, you need to start with the most expensive one. That is incurring you more interest. That is going to see you at the end of the day paying a lot of money. So pay your debts. Make sure that you are servicing some good debts that are making you money in the process. The other rule for success, you need to invest in yourself. This is really important. Personal development, getting better every single day. You know, once you have the skills, that is something no one will get out of your head. Once you learn a new skill, that is something that no one is going to get out of your head. So it's very important you start investing in yourself. How do you invest in yourself? You need to read more. I know most of us, or most people, you don't like reading. You don't like getting to see the books. Anytime you see a book, it's not part of your hobby. That is not what you love. But let me tell you something. If you want to go far in life, you want to be successful, you have to go by this rule. You need to invest in yourself. You need to learn a new skill. At the moment, things are very easy. You can even learn on YouTube. You can download some PDF. We have so many tutorials that you can be able to watch. You can be able to listen and you learn a new skill. For example, at the moment, we have internet. Internet has taken over. So what you need to do, you need to learn a skill that is going to help you make money in relation to the internet. For example, you can learn about social media management. You can learn about digital marketing. You can learn about web design. So many courses. You just find a niche and then get a skill that is going to be paying you a lot of money. And before you realize, you even become an expert. You're making a lot of money from that skill. So the other rule, you need to refuse the lifestyle creep. Yeah, I know this is a common one. This is something that most people make a lot of mistake. What I mean by the lifestyle creep, this is where once your income goes up, your expenditure also goes up. You are earning 50,000 per month and then you get an increment. You are now earning 80,000. So you have to upgrade your expenses as well. You move to a bigger house, a more expensive one. You now stop where you used to do shopping. You now stop using Matatu. If you're using Matatu, you're now using Uber. You start now going to a different place for lunch. A 3-star hotel in case you're going for a small hotel. So this is very dangerous. very. You'll never be successful, you'll never be wealthy if you are still bound by the lifestyle creep. So you need to say no to that lifestyle creep. And you realize if you're going through this type of life, you'll always have financial struggles, because the money that is coming in, it's going out at the same time. So you need to stop this. Stop conforming to social media pressure. I know we have a lot of social media pressure. You log into Facebook, you log into Instagram, you log into TikTok. Someone is posting they have just bought a new car. Someone is posting they have a new house. Someone is posting going for expensive vacations. Yani, there's too much around social media. But you know what? Only those people that are very disciplined, only those people that are not going to conform to those social media pressures are the ones who are going to attain financial success at the end of the day. So the other rule is you need to add the streams of income. Very important. I normally tell people never depend on one single source of income, because it's never enough. If you're employed and you're only depending on that salary, you're just one step away from being broke. You're only one step away from a very dangerous point. So what you need to do, you need to make investment, and you need to create another source of income. There are so many ways of creating another source of income. You can start a side business if you have someone to manage that, because as well, being working and then you're starting a physical business, it can be stressing, because you're going to employ someone, you're not even familiar with that business. That can be a bit hectic. But if you have someone to run that business, why not? You can start that business. You can also start a side hustle. At the moment, you have so much that you can do on social media. I've just mentioned that you can learn a skill, and that skill is going to create another source of income. Yeah, so you realize the moment you have a side hustle, it's also going to act as a guarantor, because when you're going to lose that job, when your boss is going to wake up that morning and they tell you we are done, your work is over, that side hustle is going to act as a guarantor, because you're not going to be stressed. You're not going to fall into depression that you don't have another source of income. You're not going to be stressed that you're not able to pay your bills. So guys, never depend on one single source of income. If you want to become wealthy, make sure you are creating other sources of income. And of course, you can invest in what I've just mentioned, the assets, the current one, and then just talk to someone who is familiar with these investment, and they are going to advise you on the best investment you can make that is going to give you some good interest. At the same time, is not going to be stressful, especially when it comes to running it. So make sure you get the right investment so that you can create another source of income. So another rule, you need to cut the unneeded expenses. Yes. If you want to become wealthy, if you want to become successful, you need to cut the unneeded expenses. That is where the budget comes in. Again, I'm going to repeat, you need to have a monthly budget. If you don't have a budget, then please sit down, write it now, because that is very important. It's going to help you to avoid unneeded expenses. This is going to help you to avoid impulse buying. You go somewhere and then you feel like I need another shoe, I need a new shoe. You buy it, and then by the time you're getting home, you realize, oh, I didn't need this one. You take months before you even wear that. I know most people are guilty as charged. So please avoid unneeded expenses. You can eat from home. I know, especially for the bachelors, you don't like cooking. But let me tell you something, if there's something that is very expensive, is eating from the hotel. You can cook at home, it's cheaper. You're going to have quality food. You're going to have food that you're sure about the hygiene. So if you love eating from the hotels, you can try cooking at home. If you're used to doing Uber every single time, even with the distances that you can use a matatu or something, you can start now using matatu or cut down unnecessary expenses. Don't go out every weekend. Yeah, I know most people normally look up to for the weekend. It's Friday. You say, oh, it's Friday. Thanks God it's Friday. You just go out, spend a lot of money. That is unneeded expenses. You won't become successful. You won't attain that financial independence going out every single weekend, drinking every single weekend. That is some money you can save, and you realize in 3 months' time, you have enough to buy shares. You have enough to buy bonds. So it's about time you unlearn from that. Of course, you can go out once in a while, but not every single weekend. That won't do you justice. If you do you do the maths, how much you spend on a weekend in 90 days, that is enough money to create another stream of income. So the other rule, invest 20% of your income. Yes, another one, very important. Make sure you are saving, you're investing. Yeah, so we normally say there's this rule, 50-30 rule. Don't save. Okay, most people, they normally save after they have spent the money, but it should be the other way around. Don't spend before you save. So make sure 30% of the income that you have made that particular month goes to savings. These are the savings, emergency, and you're keeping some money aside for something maybe you want to buy. And then 20%, make sure you're investing. Of course, 1 month income might not be enough, but have a separate account. After several months, you'll have enough to invest somewhere. And then, of course, the 50%, that is what you spend on what you need, not what you want. Yeah, so don't go buying shoes and then you haven't done shopping. You haven't paid your rent and such. So very important, save 30% of your total income. Save 20%, and then of course spend 30%. Then from there, the other rule, be with business-minded people. This is very important. You become the average of 5 people that you spend your life with. If you spend life with idiots, you become the next one. If you spend life most of the time with 5 guys who are driving Range Rovers, guess who is going to buy the next Range Rover? It's you. If you spend most of your time with 5 guys who are talking about investment, they're talking about creating multiple sources of income, guess what will happen? You're going to follow them. You're going to do what they're doing. So watch out on the people you spend most of your time with, because they are teaching you. You might not know, but they are teaching you something. So make sure you are careful about your circle. Don't spend time with everyone. Yeah, spend time with quality people. If you're spending time with quality people, then be assured they're going to teach you something that you don't learn. And that's something that's going to help you to achieve the financial freedom that you're looking for. And then finally, last but not least, marry someone who understands what I've been talking. Yeah, very important. The person you decide to spend the rest of your life with is very, very crucial, very critical, because that person is going to determine where you're going to be in the next 5 years, the next 10 years from now. So if you marry someone who doesn't understand about the money language, you marry someone who doesn't want to listen about it, someone who is not interested in learning, someone who is not interested in changing, then guess what? In one way or the other, they're going to affect your financial status. So make sure that when you're choosing, you go beyond what you see. You go beyond the physical looks. You go beyond what the normal eyes can see. Yeah, so go for what you're going to be interested in 30 years from now, 20 years from now, because that is very important. Go for someone that you want your kids to learn from. Yeah, because that is a person who will be spending most of the time with your kids. What do you want them to teach your kids? How do you want your kids to grow? What do you want them to learn when they're at their young age? So it's very important when you're choosing a life partner, make sure you get the best one. Make sure you get the person who understands what you're looking for, someone who understands where you're going. And when you do that, sooner or later, you're definitely going to achieve what you normally call the financial freedom. That is something really important. Financial freedom. Freedom in terms of time, freedom in terms of money. You can be anywhere at any time without worrying who is going to be calling you, who is going to be bossing around. And when you're there, you are sure that money is coming in, whether you're working or not. I'm telling you, that's the biggest flex. That's one of the biggest things that you can have in life, achievements that you can have in life. So thank you so much, guys. That was my episode today about 10 rules for financial success. I believe you have gotten value. You can comment down with the rule that has inspired you the most and the rule that you're going to work on, and then we're going to meet on the next episode. So make sure to watch, subscribe, and then you can share with your friends, with their contacts, so that they can also learn what you're learning. For now, it's a goodbye. We see each other on the next episode. So thank you for now. Bye.